They just won $1 million. They're not even done college. That's right. This week, Logan Parks and Tucker Smith. Millionaires. On.
I'm Bob Cobb from the Bassmaster. Welcome to Mercer.
Another Wednesday and another podcast. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday to all of you. You're halfway through the week. And the best part is, if you're in the States, I mean, it is party time. That's right. Tomorrow, Thursday, obviously, Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all our American listeners. The Canadians had it about a month ago. I'm going to go on the record and say right now, and I mean, this might upset some Canadians. I think American Thanksgiving is at a better time. It's not better, but it's just at a better time. I mean, it's an official kickoff to the holidays. And generally, our Thanksgiving just comes and people are like, oh my goodness, it's Thanksgiving already. It just sneaks up on you. Speaking of which, somebody slow down Earth. It's freaking hard to believe this is going to be the last podcast for November. The next one we do will be December 1st. Unbelievable how quick time is flying past. Maybe it's just me. Before I go any further, I need to give a special shout out to somebody because there's one group of people that more than almost anybody else, we all should show love to, and that's our moms. I mean, nobody loves you like your mom loves you. A mother's love is incredible. And it was proved to me once again last week. I do not know this person. I just met their mother, but I had just launched my boat in a lonely Canadian boat ramp. It was me and one other guy there. And this lady comes down, and it was kind of a slick hill, and she's wandering down. She's like, I got to talk to you. And she's pulling me back to shore. So I obviously come back to talk to her, and she said, my son is opening a fishing store. It's a fly fishing store. I don't know how many fly anglers at all listen to this. If you do, please leave a comment so we know. Heritage Fly Fishing on 444 Dundas Street West, Belleville, Ontario. Heritage Fly Fishing in Belleville, Ontario. Check them out for no other reason other than his mother ran down a slick hill to tell me about it. Nobody loves you like your mom running down the stairs to take care of you. Not stairs, the hill to take care of you. I mean, you should have seen her. It was like one of the freaking Golden Girls coming out. Hey. And she was so proud and excited. She didn't realize that, I'm not much of a fly angler. Sometimes things happen that are just right. I mean, you never planned them. Probably wouldn't have made a movie like this because nobody would think this way. But what happened this weekend with Tucker Smith and Logan Parks is amazing. I mean, they won $1 million bass fishing, and we're going to talk to them in just a little bit. But outside of that, the backstory, I mean, number one, let's just look at that heads on. You're in college, and you won $1 million. The world's got some stuff figured out just because they won it, and an idiot like me didn't. Because it would be a total different headline. But the amazing thing to me is when the entire fishing world is getting adjusted to losing such an inspiring, amazing person as Aaron Martens was, the guy that he mentored. You know, Tucker went to school with Aaron's daughter, and that's kind of where the relationship started. And what that team, Logan Parks and Tucker Smith, have accomplished is incredible individually. I mean, both of them are high school All-Americans. Tucker Smith won the high school championship 3 years in a row. And now he's won the college team of the year and now $1 million. But the amazing thing was their relationship with Aaron. And just several weeks after we lose Aaron, those guys winning, to me, just felt like what the fishing industry needed. I mean, I'm sure there was a bunch of people who are like, college kids, they don't need it. But to me, it just kind of proved that even when things are wrong, things can work out right. And it really is amazing to their relationship with Aaron. And I maybe, and here's the other part of it. Maybe I'm totally, because Aaron is so special to me and so many people like me, maybe I'm forcing this narrative on it. I don't know. But I just think the way it went down. I mean, a guy infamous for the Blackbird story on Lake Havasu. And with these guys, I mean, they had one small fish at 10 o'clock and then birds started busting near them. They went out and fished. It cost 15 pounds in 15 minutes and ended up weighing in 16 and change and winning $1 million in some very Aaron-esque fashion. Let's just say that. I mean, Aaron, the thing that amazed me most about Aaron and the thing that I cherish most about him as a competitor, I mean, there's so many things that I value over the competition stuff, but the thing as a competitor that amazed me is Aaron saw things that almost nobody else saw. When you were covering Aaron, you would see him react to things and change the way he did things because of the way nature changed. I've told the story a bunch of times in La Crosse, Wisconsin, when Aaron was fishing, a narrow channel. And we had watched him the first day. Me and James Overstreet covered him the first day of the tournament. And there was a bunch of boats out front of the channel watching him. And I asked Aaron at takeoff, where do you want me to come? He said, bro, just pull down other side of the channel. And we went exactly where he told us to go. An hour and a half into the day, Aaron's like, bro, you got to get out of here. You're ruining everything. And I'm like, what is this guy talking about? What does he mean I'm ruining everything? I'm exactly where he told us to be. And he's like, you're interrupting the shad, and the shad don't come into the bay. And if the shad don't come into the bay, the bass don't eat. So, I mean, he's the competitor. We pull out thinking, wow, this guy's blaming us. Well, within 10 minutes, Aaron started catching him. He was so in tune with nature, and to have a team that was mentored by him to win in a very Aaron-esque way. I mean, meaning that other people see birds crashing. Other tournaments have been won with birds crashing, but it just seemed to happen to Aaron more. And I think that it didn't happen to Aaron more. Aaron just listened more, and these guys definitely did. But aside from the Aaron thing, two amazing, incredible talents. And I mean, it's hard to believe that two dudes in college just won $1 million. But I could talk about it all day long. If you ask me, it just made me feel good. When it all came out, it just made me feel like, you're still here, buddy. And I'm going to tell you, these guys, they ain't going anywhere anytime soon. These are two of the brightest young stars. And the question to me is not, I don't think these two will be remembered for the two guys who won $1 million, because I think they both are going to accomplish so much more in their career. They're amazing individuals, amazing anglers, and they're millionaires. Let's welcome them right now. Logan Parks and Tucker Smith, bass fishing millionaires. All right. First of all, thank you for joining us. But guys, I had a big weekend. I don't know if you were aware of this, but I won at fantasy football this weekend, and that's a big deal for me. What did you guys do this weekend?
I think we won $1 million.
Yeah, we ended up winning $1 million and 2 trucks and 2 boats somehow. So,
how crazy is that? I mean, I know you probably have been asked that 1 million times, just to throw the number around a few times, but you won $1 million bass fishing, and you're both in college. Like, I mean, why go to college?
Good thing I'm graduating in 3 weeks.
And what? Sorry to catch up. But what are you graduating? What did you go for? What was your degree?
I'm in supply chain management.
Is that what you plan to get into in the next 3 weeks or so, or what do you got ahead of you?
I'm fishing all the opens.
Good. And you got a few more years ahead of you at school. You're out in 3 weeks, but what do you have, another 3 years?
I'm a sophomore, so I've I've got a few years left. I'm probably gonna, keep fishing college and fish the open. I'm fishing the Southerns this year, and just feeling it out. And then I'm gonna fish college hardcore, and then go to the opens after that. So that's the plan.
How has this changed your entire fishing career? I mean, to have this opportunity yesterday, I mean, literally less than 24 hours ago. I mean, this time yesterday, you how much different does your bank account look, or will your bank account look between now and 24 hours ago?
It changes everything for sure. I mean, I was doing the math and just trying to figure out how I could afford to fish next year and not have a job. And now it's like, wow, this is actually happening. I mean, it's been huge too, just to get our names out there to potential sponsors and all kinds of things like that, just to know that we're being serious about this and that we're going to make a run at it.
Well, no better way to tell the world you're serious than go out and win $1 million. And obviously this was a tournament this is the first one of its kind. How crazy is it that you, like, not only did you guys won it, but you came along at a time, because of being an amateur tournament that it is, if you do make the Elite Series, this isn't going to be something you're going to be able to do in the future, but you won the very first one.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. My dad actually asked me if I wanted to fish. It was the last chance qualifier at Bull Shoals where we qualified. And he was like, "Do you want to fish this tournament?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure." Cause I've got a nitro. So we were able to fish it. Yeah. And we hopped in. It was the last chance qualifier, and we finished 13th. That was our first time at Bull Shoals. And, then we were like, well, we got to go to Table Rock now. So we only got half a day of practice at Table Rock, and we just went graphing and found the most bait and found the fish in the bait. And then, we managed to kind of practice day 1 and 2, and then we made it happen the last day, and we were blessed. I mean, the fish just kind of showed up, and we saw some birds diving and pulled over there, and it was like 15 pounds in 20 minutes. And then we caught 2 over 3 in the last 20 minutes of the day. So it was just meant to happen. I mean, the good Lord was looking over us for sure.
I mean, I don't want to get too emotional, but there has to be an emotional side to this. Everybody knows about your relationship with Aaron. Everybody knows how special he is, especially you, Tucker, but to the whole team. Like, I mean, to the whole industry, literally everybody. And man, to win a tournament of this magnitude by seeing birds crashing after you had one small fish at 10 o'clock. I mean, I don't want to take any of the hype away from you guys, but at some part of you must think, man, Aaron helped us today.
Yeah, I think Aaron was looking down on us for sure. Like, just the birds and everything that happened. I really think he was looking down. And, I know he was smiling because I had actually one of the reels that he gave me on the front deck that I was using too. So it was pretty special to have that unfold. And, Aaron, his last tournament he won was on Table Rock. And so
that's right.
So that really was something special to me.
That's right. I forgot about that. It was an amazing thing. And I don't know if you guys realize it, but the story of you guys winning kind of felt like a really nice hug to the entire fishing industry. Really. I mean, it's cool for you guys, but for everybody to be like, some parts of life are really tough, but some stuff just works out. And I mean, I guess is that how it feels to be sitting where you're sitting? Or do you think that none of this is even real to either of you right now?
It feels good. I feel like I can't imagine how Tucker felt missing the Classic by 3 ounces, but I know how I felt losing the first round, and it was pretty embarrassing. And we really were pretty bummed about that, having a shot at the Classic and missing out on it. And it just feels like it was God's plan that we were to come here and win this tournament instead. I actually got a fortune cookie from Chinese food like 2 weeks ago, and it said, "You will lose the small ones, but you will win the big one."
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Do you still have that fortune cookie?
I do.
I mean, that has to go in the Bass Fishing Hall of Fame or something. I mean, honestly, like $1 million tournament is just not an opportunity that comes around, but to have that, and congratulations, you're both going to make it as pro tournament anglers, just so you know, because only pro tournament anglers would win $1 million and 3 minutes into their interview about winning $1 million, bring up the tournament that didn't go quite well for them, which was obviously trying to make the Bassmaster Classic. But to have that, to get so close to that, especially Tucker, and now to do this, I mean, does that teach you anything, or what does that leave you thinking?
I mean, it was definitely hard losing, by 3 ounces. And, at the time I was really upset about it. And I know Logan wasn't happy either. And I mean, it really just opened up this door. And I think that, everything happens for a reason. And, even after coming through that hard time, but, I really think that, because of that, we made it out, and just to win that tournament, man, like, it just felt so good to come back from that. And, just the money and everything's great, but, just the memories that we made were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we made a lot of memories, that's for sure. Both of you, pedigree that you come into this tournament with. I mean, if you look at, we're both high school All-Americans. You know what I mean? You've won a lot at the collegiate level. You've won a lot in high school. How did you do this? Do you guys feel like you're a generational, when you look at it on paper, this is a generational talent? You were in any other sport that you'd be the first ones in the draft that everyone would be talking about. When I look at where you guys have gotten to so quickly, how have you been able to do that? And I want to hear from both of you. Like, how do you really feel you've been able to get to this point, not just winning this weekend, but everything that you've accomplished up to this point?
I would say just learning a lot from a lot of different people. And I've been blessed with opportunities to have a lot of great mentors in high school, growing up and fishing. And then at college, I've fished with a few different people, and I've learned a lot just fishing with Tucker this year. And I just, I really feel like I feel very blessed. I feel like we redeemed ourselves from the bracket, and I feel like a bunch of other kids can look and see that like anything is possible, and not to let anyone tell you not to chase your dreams, because it's mind blowing what happened yesterday. But
yeah, I mean, I would say it's kind of the same thing. Obviously I'm blessed to fish with Logan. He's taught me tons, and we really have had good chemistry this year. But it's just been, I just love bass fishing, and like that's all that I'm good at, really. Like, I mean, I'm not good at really any other sports, and bass fishing is really only thing I've got. So, and also my mentors, like Aaron was a huge mentor, and Joey Nania and those kind of guys, and just my family and all the sponsors that have, kept pushing me to do my best. And I really think that helps, so.
What was the craziest moment that nobody saw? The moment behind the moment? Like, it might have been different. It might have been a phone call you got from somebody, but was there a moment that outside of like, okay, you won $1 million, it's a big deal, you're posing with giant checks and keys and all sorts of stuff, it's a big deal, but there had to be something where you're just like, wow, did that person really congratulate me? Did I really just get a phone call from so-and-so? Give me some of those moments, guys.
Mine was probably when we were running in. We caught those 2 3-pounders. It was like a 2 3 1/4 pound spots, which are like big spots for table rock as far as like what everyone was catching this week. And we caught them in literally the last 20 minutes, and we were kind of trying to push it because I thought we needed 17 pounds and our scale said 16. And we decided, we have a good enough chance at making, if we don't make $1 million, we'll probably make 200,000. So let's just run in, and we're on the way in, and I just was just looking around at everything, like looking at the birds flying by and stuff. And I look over at Tucker, and Tucker's wiping his eyes, and it got me all like emotional too. And just running in, I was like, wow, man, like if this is meant to be, it's about to happen. And that just got chills. I'm getting chills talking about it right now. It's a crazy moment.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the moment where you're like, holy, I'm the dude in the movie. I mean, your whole life you watch the movie where the person does whatever, or watch the tournament where you see this person win the big tournament, whatever. But for that moment, you, like you said, I mean, first or second, still works out pretty good for you guys regardless, but to realize that you're in that moment, I guess, is that what you were feeling at the time, Tucker? What was going through your mind?
I mean, I think it all goes down to the morning. I mean, we had a pretty terrible morning, and we knew that the bite would get better later in the day, but we didn't know it was going to be that good. And just the birds coming down and it was kind of just like a light shining down, like go right there. And we pulled over and it just happened. And I really think that the good Lord, and I think Aaron was watching down. I really think they sent those birds down there to show us where to go. And it was just something special. I mean, after we got back, it really just all made sense to me why, whatever and everything that unfolded. So I was just blown away.
Listening to you guys talk, you do not sound like a 20-year-old and a 23-year-old. If the 20 or 23-year-old me just happened to arrive here, I do not feel like we'd ride in the same truck. Or if we would, it wouldn't be going in the same direction, I guess. I don't know. What's the one thing that both of you, I mean, you have to have something that you're like, man, I don't care what they say, I'm buying this.
Really the only thing that I need is a truck and a boat and some fishing tackles. So I mean, that's probably the only things that I need. But I'm definitely going to use it on the opens. Because that's the number one goal that I'm trying to make it to. So I'm trying to make it pro, and I know Logan is too. So that's going to be our number one goal for the next year or two. The next few years, however long it takes, we're going to try to make that happen. So.
Is there a part of you that's got to be pretty bittersweet in the way that, this team that's done so well together, you're 3 weeks away from graduating and screwing it all up, Logan?
Hey, well, I got some good news. I got 6 months of eligibility still after I graduate.
So you can still fish.
We'll be doing a 5th year of college bassing.
I don't know if all the collegiate anglers tuned into this think that's good news, but I think it's good news. We're excited to see you. Is that the tale now? It's just going to be the pressure for, fishing, this pressure never lays off. I mean, you won $1 million between the two of you, 2 trucks, 2 boats. And now everyone's going to say, well, when are you going to be on the Elite Series? Or is that the next mounting pressure for you guys?
Yeah, I would say so. I registered for all 9 of the opens like several weeks ago and got in. So just kind of nervous about those, like what that's going to be like. It's kind of a big step, like going from high school to college. So now college to the open. So interested to see how it goes, but I'm excited for it, and I can definitely pay for it now. So that's good.
Outside of just being able to pay for it, how do you think this victory will change you as an angler, or do you think it will change you at all?
I mean, I think it gives us a really big perspective of, stay humble and work your hardest, because, we never would have dreamed coming to this tournament to finish in first place. Just to be able to get there to the championship day was, amazing for both of us. And to pull it off was just unreal. I think we just don't need to take any chance, any second for granted. And really, we're just trying to soak it in and stay humble about it and, do our thing and just fish, because we just like to fish and have fun. And that's what we did. We had fun all week, and it managed to work out.
I imagine. I only have to imagine, because I could not know what it would feel like. I imagine it's pretty fun to win a tournament like that, and to take all that pressure off. How much more popular have you gotten in the last 18 hours or so? A lot hearing from a lot of friends, old friends.
I haven't been able to reply to anybody. I mean, I had 356 text messages last night.
Wow.
I've replied to all of them now, and I still have 300 responses to my responses. So it's just insane. It's crazy.
Yep, the fishing industry is definitely showing out,
I gotta believe there has to be somebody in each of your lives that told you to stop playing with these silly fish and get a real job. Who are you? Who did you think, or who are you most excited to run into now that you have won this? Is there a teacher or somebody who's told you, hey man, you better focus on your studies and not fish? No?
I can't really think of anybody.
No,
I think I've been blessed to, be surrounded by a lot of really supportive people within my family and friends. And I definitely think there are some doubters out there, but they're not doubting anymore, I wouldn't say.
No, I don't think anybody's doubting. I don't think anyone was doubting you guys going into that event. Did either of you have I'm sure at your age, maybe you had a part-time job or something to help get by? No?
Oh, we just go to college and fish. So our parents are our number one supporters, and they've helped us get through college and get fish and do what we love, and we really couldn't do it without them. So yeah, we're thankful for them.
Nobody be able to answer this better. We talk about it on this show every once in a while, and we talk about how much there is to be learned from collegiate fishing. Like, I look at when collegiate anglers make it to the elite series, no matter what their level of success is in college, because some of them come in with a stacked resume and some of them don't have a great collegiate career, but then go on to a great elite series career. But all of them seem more prepared. And my theory in it is because whether it be through coaching or whether it be through learning from each other, you guys all make each other better anglers. You don't have to make the mistake before it happens. You know what I mean? You don't have to go up north and be like, wow, I didn't know how to drop shot and I need to know how to do it here. You learn how to do that before you head north. That's always been my take. What is your take on why collegiate anglers are as polished as they are when they get to the elite series? What is the biggest factor in your opinions?
I think the competition is just so stout. I mean, those guys are so good, and it's really, it pushes you to be a better angler, pushes you to study harder, fish harder, to be the first one at the ramp in the morning, the last one at the ramp in the afternoon. And then, like you said, just you get to go to so many places. Like, I've just fished my 4th year in college, about to fish my 5th, and I've been everywhere, man. I can't tell you how many fishing licenses I've bought in different states, and just that experience is really priceless. I definitely would recommend to anyone that's watching this podcast to take full advantage of fishing for college, because if you go to the right school, you can pretty much do it for free. And the experience that you get is invaluable. Don't jump into it too soon,
Tucker, what's your take on that?
Yeah, like he said, just going into college, I was, trying to find a college that would suit me well. And Logan hit me up and he was like, hey, come to Auburn. And I was like, well, I'm only coming to Auburn if
you recruited him.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, good. I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Tell the story.
So he said, yeah, I'll fish with you. And so we ended up fishing our first year last year, and we did pretty well together. And, just the reason why I chose Auburn is just the way the atmosphere is, all the fisheries that are diverse around Auburn. And, college fishing, it's really given me, the experience traveling around the whole country, fishing new bodies of water and learning. And I've been places I've never even, never been before this past year. And this year we're traveling all around the country too. So just the experience and time on the water that we've been able to have has really helped us for sure.
And I'm just thinking to myself, 24 hours ago, obviously we're recording this on Monday, but 24 hours ago before you guys won this, when people thought about Auburn, I'm sure it's hard to erase the image of the mighty Lee brothers. I mean, they both made it, to become pro anglers. Jordan, obviously back-to-back classic champion, but neither of them went out and freaking won $1 million in one pop. How is it possible that, if Auburn as a school doesn't take this sport serious, no school ever will. What has been accomplished from Auburn anglers is really ridiculous when you think about it.
Yeah, it's pretty special. We have a really, really good program, and we couldn't do what we do without all the support of our teammates. Our teammates are great. Super proud to go to the Auburn University and be part of the Auburn University bass team and carry on the legacy. I never thought that we would go out and win $1 million, but I think it definitely solidifies Auburn as one of the top schools in the country for sure.
Is it true, confirm or deny, that Steve Kendi went out and toilet papered trees last night after you guys won? Is that true?
I haven't heard that.
I don't know. Did he?
I don't doubt it.
He probably did.
How big a party will happen back at the school? I mean, how excited are the other members of the team, and how excited is the school?
Oh, everybody was calling us, and everybody was super pumped up, and we can't wait to get back and celebrate with everybody. So I'm happy to get back, and I'm ready to go see all the guys on the team.
Well, I can't congratulate you guys enough, man. What you have already accomplished before this is amazing. And, man, what a way to kick off a young fishing career with $500,000 each. And I can't wait to see what you guys have ahead. I mean, but what's your prediction? What right now, collegiate, at your stage you're at, I want to hear what you're predicting. What do you want out of your career, each of you, moving forward? Let's say if we run this tape back 20 years from now, what would you like to have accomplished?
I have two things right now that I'm focused on, and that's getting back to the bracket, getting some redemption this next year, and making the elites. That's two things that I want to accomplish. And when we get there, I've got like a whiteboard I put my goals on, and I check them off as I do it. And this past year, I put, win Anglers of the Year and win a Bassmaster event in college, and checking that off was pretty sweet. So right now I've got get back to the bracket and qualify for the elites. So that's
Tucker. How about yourself?
I would just say the number one goal is, become an Elite Series angler. I've dreamt of it as when I was a little kid, and it's just been all forces fishing, all trying to make it there. And I've taken the high school route. I'm trying to take the college route right now. And, the next step is that. So I'm just doing my best, trying to keep my feet on the ground and just keep fishing hard and, doing what I love. So that's about it.
How much does that classic berth burn in you? You guys keep bringing it up. That really, that's what's driving you right now, isn't it?
It was pretty tough, to be honest. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for Tristan. He did a great job, and it was just meant to be. It was his day, so I'm happy for him.
Do you think Tristan thought do you feel he thinks he won the little battle between when it all went down, like right now? Like, would you guys give him your $1 million to go to the Classic?
Definitely not.
I would have said you're insane if you would, because I feel a Bassmaster Classic and many, many great moments lay ahead of both you guys. You're so much better put together than I ever was, than I am today. So congratulations. I'm happy that some put together folks won that money, because I'd have burned through half of it by now. I got to be honest. I'd be up at the Bearded Clem in Kimberlin City. I hear it's a real hopping place. You guys, safe travels, and thanks for spending a little time with me. Congratulations, millionaires.
Thank you.
Sir. Thank you for having us.
Thanks. We'll see you again in the future.
All right. Bye.
How mature and put together are those guys? I mean, it just goes to show you that age has absolutely nothing to do with it, because if you add up both their ages, I'm still older than them, and they are much more mature, wiser, whatever that word, that they've got a lot more of that maturity than I do. Congratulations. It was an incredible week, an incredible event. And the best thing is, I think those guys are literally just getting started. I mean, I don't think that's what everyone's going to remember them as. I think that is just a springboard, because they've already accomplished so much. And you know what? I talk a lot. You guys know that. You come here every Wednesday, and it takes me a lot of words to make one point. Some people, it takes very few words to make a very solid point. And I read this post and I thought, I'm never going to say anything as good as that. So I'll just end this podcast with that. And that is with Rick Clunn's social media post this week about, of course, Tucker and Logan's win. He simply put, influence. It's a great responsibility. Aaron, you did good, my friend. Have a good week. Enjoy being. We'll see you in December, and take it away, Uncle Bob.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, because Bob Cobb of the Bassmasters told you to. You hear?